I'm just waiting for the door to close.
I have felt left out on social media.
It's always been a part of our lives, and it's definitely affected the way we think and the way we act.
It didn't exactly affect my mental health. I don't want to say it helped.
I didn't really want to get involved in it. I kind of saw where Facebook was going.
I'd be a different person if I never went online or used social media or anything like that.
Our generation, we've been raised in a time when social media was only getting more and more popular.
I was kind of conscious of what other people were trying to portray about themselves.
Teenagers are like, we're more gullible in a way, and it's just like we're easily influenced.
Your generation is absolutely bombarded. Psychological, social, lots of different problems, I'd say.
And now we're at the peak time and peak age. We're still children, and we're also at peak times where social media is like fully blooming.
Things that you see online are never the real picture.
I feel like, and it's bad, but I feel like I can't take a break from social media. How old were you when you got your first phone? I think I was around 11. But I got my first device when I was around 7. I got an iPad.
I had an iPad, I think, most of my life. I think when I was in year 7, so 11, is when I got my first iPhone with a SIM.
I think I was about 10. My mum gave me her old iPhone.
I want to say about 10. I mean, I had a tablet before that, so I don't really remember.
I was 23. This would have been in 1999, quite possibly.
How old were you when you started using social media? Yeah, I was about 11.
I was around 10, 9 or 10.
12? I think it was 12, yeah.
What was the first platform you remember using regularly? TikTok. TikTok was very popular back in 2019, 2020, so I was using TikTok quite a bit.
YouTube was a really big thing for me. I used to love watching people just play games.
I would say that's definitely Twitter. I did use Facebook for a little while, but that was a prerequisite of my employer to have a Facebook account. But then as soon as I left that company, I actually removed myself from Facebook.
If you had to estimate your daily social media usage, how long would it be? Like maybe 8 hours a day? It's kind of bad, but...
Maybe 2 hours. 2 hours probably, daily.
3 hours. The things I talk to people a lot and message people, so, and I guess Snapchat or like Instagram messages count towards that. So I'd say like 3 hours or more.
What do you usually go on social media to do or look for? Just to kill time, to look at like news, football related stuff.
I just doom scroll. Doom scroll, really, yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't particularly look for anything. Kind of just like pass the time.
I usually go on social media for entertainment. If not entertainment, probably if I'm looking up like a tutorial, I probably will use any social media platform.
Do you find it easy to separate yourself from what you or others say and do online? I do, yeah. I'd like to think that I'm my own person, and I tend to not follow what's going on the internet.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say I don't really struggle.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty easy. I mean, a lot of my friends are not on the same kind of like algorithm as me, so I think I can separate myself from it really easily. I can like have normal conversation and stuff.
Have you ever felt pressure to present yourself a certain way online? Sometimes that can definitely happen, especially if you're talking to people who are older than you or people who just don't know you. You want to put on that kind of filter that makes you seem more, I don't know, you want to be more of the person that the people you're talking to want you to be.
Of course, I find that you have to have a certain persona about yourself. You can only be the certain person you are. You don't have to exaggerate.
Definitely. I mean, I guess like social media like puts a lot of pressure on you. But at least me personally, like I post a lot on social media, so yeah, I try to present myself in a certain way, but at the same time, I do want to be like just fully authentic, like authentically myself.
Did your experiences on social media ever affect your real world self or life? Quite possibly. I think maybe some comments made on Facebook in the early days when I was on there. Certain things were said about another person in our kind of social circle which just didn't lie well with me, and that's one of the reasons why I left Facebook. I didn't want to get involved in that kind of unnecessary discrimination of people.
Definitely. Again, like social media really puts a lot on you, and at least for me personally, I think that it definitely does like affect myself. Life not as much, but definitely it does definitely affect myself a lot.
Have you ever compared yourself to people that you see online? How does that feel? Well, I feel like everyone does this. No matter who you are or how you try to avoid it, you'll always compare yourself to people. When you see somebody that you want to be in terms of, I don't know, their physical features or their money or their status in relationships, whatever, you'll always find somebody online who's doing better than you. And you'll always think to yourself, oh, if only I was him or her or whatever. Like, it's just good to not do it too much. It's just good to not let that overcome your life. You shouldn't forget to be yourself.
But I've compared in the sense of, oh, I want to be like that when I'm older. I want to have that sort of car, that sort of physique, things like that. And it made me feel motivated, really.
Which is more important to you, online or real life relationships? Real life relationships? Hello? I mean, I do love my online friends. I've made a lot of great connections online, and I've met great people online, but real life is much more important. I mean, it's definitely more important.
Real life relationships over online relationships. I don't know, I never guess I had like a proper online relationship where it was purely online. I never valued online relationships above real life relationships. There's like a level of connection you can only achieve by physically seeing a person, I think.
Do you think social media has changed the way you see yourself? Maybe a bit. In the terms of social media has shaped some of like the goals I've set for myself in life. So it's sort of given me a higher image of what I can be.
I don't think social media has any real effect on me. Maybe because I've abdicated from it and I'm not actually using it on a regular basis, maybe it doesn't really affect me.
Before social media, I feel like I didn't fully know myself, and I found out a lot of things about me on social media. I found out a lot of things that I like, a lot of things that I'm into, and yeah, a lot of like communities that I'm in and stuff like that. It definitely like helped me discover myself.
Do you feel like you have ever been dependent on social media in daily life? When I was around maybe 14, 15, before I became like more busy with school and like work and stuff, I definitely was a very big social media guy. I used to be on my phone all day, every day. I couldn't let go of it. It was something that it helped pass the time.
Yeah, sometimes. Like I'd grab my phone and like just subconsciously, open Instagram or open Twitter or something like that. But if I was put in a situation where I didn't have it, I don't think I'd be like breaking down. So I don't know if I was dependent really.
Maybe like in quarantine was like the only thing I had. Nowadays, not really. I'm not as dependent as I used to be. But then again, a lot of ways that I can communicate with my friends are on social media. So I guess I am kind of a bit dependent on it, but not as much as I used to be.
Have you ever taken a break from social media? What changed, if anything? Yeah, a couple years ago I took a little break. I think I was just I felt a bit calmer, a bit more down to earth. My brain wasn't rushing so much. I feel like I was a bit more calculated, so to speak. Just I was calmer. That's a good way to put it.
I can't say that. I can't say that I have, to be honest. I mean, I've definitely been less. There have been times I've been like less online. I guess like I just stopped using my phone as much, but recently haven't really been taking a break, I'm not gonna lie. But in terms of what changed, I mean, I don't know. I felt like I appreciated life a little bit more. Then again, I just went back. So
I don't really take breaks from it. I just don't use it that much anymore. I feel like, and it's bad, but I feel like I can't take a break from social media. I feel like I do need it. It's definitely helpful. Mainly for the communication side.
Do you think social media affects people your age differently than older generations? Absolutely. Your generation is absolutely bombarded. Gen X, Gen Alpha, whoever you want to call, you are bombarded with psychological, social, lots of different problems, I'd say, that don't necessarily need to be part of your life. I think more interaction with yourselves rather than viewing what other people do is more important.
I do think social media does affect between generations, because of social media, it's so easy for us to get intertwined in people's life more because of social media, because people post like everything they ever do on their stories, or you just like know what a person's doing every second of every minute sometimes because of social media.
Definitely, because the people from older generations, they've lived their life and they've had social media come into their life, and yes, it's affected them. But with my generation, we've had it since we've been born, pretty much. It's been a thing since we've been born. So it's always been a part of our lives, and it's definitely affected the way we think and the way we act.
do you think your mental health would be better if social media didn't exist? No, I don't think social media changed anything about my mental health, or it didn't really make a huge impact on it, but that's just my experience. I think it actually helped me know myself more and hear like other people's like people share the same like thoughts and stuff like that to me, so it didn't exactly affect my mental health. I don't want to say it helped, but it's like it didn't affect me badly mental health wise.
That's a very not strange question, but a difficult one to answer, because a lot of people are quite dependent on it, social media, to strengthen their psychology and their mental health, because it can be very educational being online on certain instances.
I do think mental health would be better if social media didn't exist, because generally speaking, there are a lot of teenagers, especially I would say around 14, 15, maybe 13, that do take a lot of things that they see on social media to heart, and it definitely does affect their mental health. In the fact that I'd imagine they'd be comparing themselves a lot. I'm speaking generally for what I think social media has done for mental health around people around my age, because I can only speak for that because that's most of the experience that I had.
Do you think social media has made your life better overall? I think it's made it better. Social media, if you use it properly, it brings you a lot of opportunities for work, money making, finding things to do. If you just play your cards smart, don't talk to shady people, don't do anything dumb, you can definitely use it to your advantage.
Better? I like to say better. Again, I met a lot of people. Do I think my life would do I think I would think differently of myself if I was on social media? Yeah, 100%, but it hasn't made it worse. At least for me.
Overall, I think social media has made my life better. I feel like it's easier for me to access It's easier for me to communicate with people, and it's easier for me to understand certain topics. Obviously, you have to take that with the knowledge that people do spread lies and rumors online, so you have to be wary of that.
Have you ever felt anxious, left out, or overwhelmed because of something online? Yeah, when I don't understand a joke or I don't understand something like that, it's just like, I wish I knew. But on a real note, I mean, sometimes, because again, you have a lot of your friends added on there, you see them doing stuff that you wish you were attending as well, and it's just like, kind of, you get a little bit jealous, I guess.
I'd say parts of social media that make me feel anxious is the way, like, I read comments and see the way people think, and that'll make me anxious too about why people think that way. Yeah, I feel like certain people's ideologies and the way they share them online does make me a bit anxious.
Do you feel more connected to people or more alone because of social media? I would say a bit of both, because you form connections online and you can maintain relationships online, but then again, it's online, it's not real. So you could feel a bit alone because then there's no physical presence, it's just communication through a screen pretty much.
More connected. Again, I made a lot of connections and a lot of friendships online. So me personally, I feel more connected to people, I think.
Would you be happier if the world didn't have social media? I don't think so. I think social media is definitely something good. Something that the world needs. It's practically like one of the only ways that people from one side of the world can talk to us across the whole of the world. It just needs to have more regulations, needs to have more like barriers to protect people.
It's hard to say if I'd be happy if social media didn't exist, because I do think there were certain times where I don't want to say needed social media, but it was some sort of like a little bit of a distraction for me, and I guess in that sense, I am gonna say it's overall more positive because of social media. There's certain things I probably would have never done.
No. No. I like it here. I like it there, I'm not gonna lie to you. Have a fun time. Me personally, I would like for social media to stay.
If you could give advice for younger people using social media, what would it be? Don't use TikTok. Don't consume silly content. Consume social media in moderation. Try
your best to just make the right choice when you're on social media. Try your best to not talk to anyone that's a bad influence. If you get a gut feeling to not do something, don't do it. Don't try to be cool. Don't try to change yourself for someone else.
Online is not the bigger picture, and to be wary of all the information you receive online, because it's not always true. And never take anything too seriously about social media. People are trolls. Most people are trolls on social media.
I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but don't compare yourself to others. That's a really big thing that people do, and I did. A lot of people did it, and I guess it's like natural for people our age to do that, but don't compare yourself to others, and just be yourself, definitely, on social media. Don't try to like change yourself to like please others.
I think I would probably advise them to curtail their usage. Definitely don't do it. Start looking at it in the morning when it's the first thing you get up. Ground yourself. Do something that is for you, rather than almost worship a device and worship what other people are doing. Find yourself in the morning and be positive to what you want to do that day. And don't let social media overwhelm you. Okay. Thank you very much.
I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's it.
feedback gets cut.